team shout. It says Big Galaxy Cat, Mr. Galaxy, back again in another video. Today we review the deluxe OmniForce WonderRide book and the deluxe Grimoire WonderRide book from Kamen and Saber. These two books were in the final arc of Kamen and Saber. OmniForce was created when all the holy swords in the WonderRide books were put together into one location, allowing Master Logos to create this WonderRide book. The Grimoire, on the other hand, Grimoire was a different situation. This WonderRide book was created when Storius took Master Logo's WonderRide book, not only erasing Master Logos from existence, but, as we mentioned, corrupting the WonderRide book to become his own story to end the world. And I'm gonna be honest, if it wasn't for plot device, the book, the world would have been destroyed, and Saber would have been the first Kamen Rider to have lost in period. If you don't count Bill. Technically he won, but it was more of a sacrificing many lives to create new lives. It's a whole situation. Go watch Kamen Rider Builder. It's way better than Saber by a long shot, and it's also really good. With that being said, these were released as Premium Bandai shortly after Saber ended, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think these deserve to be in the Premium Bandai line because of one thing that I'll mention later. But for now, let's talk about the books with Storius' WonderRide book. The paint and sculpting on this thing is really good. One thing the WonderRide books has going for it is the sticker. Each and every one has a different art style, and I freaking love this. And it's not just this giant book. The individual WonderRide books that you will receive throughout the show's run has art styles different for them too, especially with the Legend Ride books, which is even more of a wild card. Because have you seen Gaims? Gaims is amazing. That's just the cover. Let's open up the book. But first, let's look at the sounds. QR code you can use for Kamen Rider Gamba Rising if you live in Japan. Down here was all the activation button you see here, and this little button here will open up the pages. Without further ado, let's push the button and hear what sounds this thing makes. Open up the book, you can see the beautiful insides. You can actually translate these. These are actual writing you can translate. I don't really know this language thing, this kind of wording of words, but if you can translate this, let me know in the comments down below. I really love the ripped pages here. It really gives it a menacing look. We also have a beautiful image of the WonderRide World Tree. I made that up, I think. I don't know. Saber's a weird show, okay? And down here we have Solomon's Sword, which is a recolor version of King of Arthur's sword. And if we push this thing back, you will get a bonus phrase telling you a tale of this story. These giant books have either 2 to 3 phrases it could say. This one and Grimoire only has 2 phrases. Intimidating, menacing, and perfect for the final bosses of Kamen Rider Saber. I know I said bosses, but this was like, I think, actual evil. Anyways, let's put this in the driver. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I bought these two separately. I bought this guy on buy.com, and I bought this guy on eBay for about 50 bucks and 20 bucks. This is because scalpels are freaking expensive and Premium Bandai, nah. But you wanna know what you would have gotten if you got these two in the official set? Well, these 2 books, and a repainted version of Calibur's Driver. This is the 3rd time they repainted that thing. Oh, and 2 gold straps, but I'm not gonna pay for that. But how am I supposed to do a review if I don't have the driver? I told you, it's just a repainted version of this driver right here. If I wanted to drive, I just spray paint this thing gold. Also, while I'm at it, I might as well mention this before I review the actual Caliber driver. It's one of those drivers where you can put in an actual belt, which is why I have a belt on here. I love these types of belts. This is just freaking awesome. I can casually wear this and no one will bat an eye, except for the fact why the hell your buckle so big. Anyways, let's put this in the driver. Henshin.
Open the omnibus. Force of the god. Kamen Rider.
If you don't think that's the coolest Henshin jingle ever, they made it better. More about the better OmniRide book thingy later. Let's just talk about this cause it is beautiful. I said the paint and sculpture on this thing is pretty good, but something about red and silver just popped. It just works so well. And the book's art itself is cool. We get your standard Kamen Rider look because after you open the page, aside from a few art style choices, all the armors are basically the same with 3 types. The beginning, the middle, and the end, but this is a big boy right here and it's perfect. Solomon is a repainted version of Kamen Rider Caliber's Jow Dragon form, which is a repainted version of Cross Magma. Man, helmet aside, this is so cool. Some of the pages are ripped out of some of those word things again, and you just get like a little menacing look of Kamen's suit. I meant Solomon, I'm sorry. But if you notice, there's still these things here, and there were like 2 more pages left. Let's open them up to see what we get. Okay, that's awesome. With that, you get a second page of this. And if this looks familiar, it's because both of these books are repaints of a book that I don't have called X-Swordman. Psycho aside, look at this! More amazing detail with the stickers, more ripped up pages, and more of these letterings that I can't even read. You get a view of Solomon's arm, you get his repainted sword, and it just looks cool with a golden background. The artworks in these stickers are just goddamn amazing, so much so that Dagger himself was impressed, and he's not even a fan of Kamen Rider. Now, let's get to the final page. Uh-oh. Aside from another thing that I'll get to at the end of the video, there's one thing I have to complain about, is that these final pages just take... Okay, that's pretty cool. I get to this page in a bit, but the final pages on these books just take forever to open up. Multiple presses have to be used, even a hard one, but be careful, you might actually bump this out of the driver slightly, and then you have to restart the henshin all over again. That aside, we get an image of Wonderworld! This is the realms of which Kamen Rider Saber's powers come from. I don't know, Saber has not very good continuity, but... great ideas, just executed poorly. More mysterious text, and a beautiful painting of Wonderworld. Yes, this looks like a fairy tale because Wonderworld is basically a land full of different types of stories and fairy tales. Got some dragons about here. I think those are references to, I think Primitive Dragon and Elemental Dragon, I'm not sure. Some Wonderworld bubbles. Double rainbow all the way. Really cool castle, which I think is a reference to sort of logos. A nice sword right here, which is, if you look back here, it's also the same position as Solomon's normal sword. An amazing waterfall. I'm pretty sure I talked about the tree, but big old tree in the center. Is that a planet? Oh no, pretty nice. And if you put these pages back, that noise happens. But not for regular Solomon's pages. That would have been cool. Now, we're not done yet, because we have finishing attacks. To do this, you need to open the book, either at the Solomon page or this page, and just do this. Hitsatsu attacks, which if you know anything about Saber, they have a lot of different ways you do finishing attacks, but still, pretty cool. Now, this book can come up easily, so just take it out of the driver fine. Doesn't matter what page it's at, you can just lift it up. And that's it for Solomon's book. Now, let's move on to the better WonderRide book, Grimworld. Or is it Grimworld? I don't know. I call it Grimworld because it sounds cooler, I guess. Honestly, this book makes me want to get the Doomsbuckle driver because black and gold on a gold driver just screams evil and it really pops out. The outside of the book of Grimworld is the same, except you get a giant Megiddo symbol, which is the symbol that the main enemies of the show, Megiddo, uses. Back is pretty much the same. QR code for Kamen Rider Gamba Rising. And if you're wondering what this book thing is, it was on OmniForce. I didn't mention this because if you're a Kamen Rider fan, then you know that you scan this onto the Jouken driver and scan this book. Same thing for the Seiken Soul driver and the Mumekin Kyomo, and it scans for like a finishing attack. Just letting you guys know in case you wonder, because I have not reviewed the driver yet. I have it, but the batteries are dead. Future reviews aside, let's open up the book to see what we get. And that is disturbing. It is a corrupted version of OmniForce. Some of the pages that are ripped have grown into more. There's some red, I can only assume blood in here when this was just nothing more. If you ask me, because of these little texts down here, this makes the page look fully finished, while this one looks like the designers weren't even done making this. Some stuff is highlighted in green, which I think are new texts about destroying the world. I can only assume since this book is about ending the world, but one can only assume. I guess. Let's just see what the noises have to say about this. Now that is creepy. Oh, before we get to the henshin, trees. Small evil tree, no sword. Turn upside down, kind of looks like Ganon. Nothing if you turn this one upside down, it just looks like an upside down tree. I think this one is actually intentional because this one looks like a face, actually. It's kind of creepy. Oh well, we never know. My candle's upside down, let's just henshin. And with that, you have henshin to the Kamen Rider Stories. Look at it side by side, it's kind of like a mirror evil version of Solomon, but this one's a redesign of the normal Stories suit that they use in the show. But the major difference being that he now is wearing a mask that looks like an open book. And I don't know about you, but the sticker thing that I mentioned last time, not that long ago, really holds up. Like, look at this. It looks like a page is being burnt off. It really does. My Solomon looks like it's not even finished. And that henshin jingle, I don't know if I talked about this earlier, but this is the best henshin jingle in Kamen Rider Saber, evil villain-wise. Like, it just screams pure evil. Solomon, I was intimidated. This one, I am actively shatting my pants as we speak. Let's open up the second page. Yo, is that a duck? The page is completely different from Solomon. Solomon has his sword and an arm, while Grimworld has the Megiddos in their fairy tale book formations. Yes, all these you see right here are actual Megiddo designs used on the covers of the Megiddo books early on in the season. Don't ask me why there's an evil duck here. I guess some people are scared of ducks. That duck aside, all of these monsters look terrifying. Now let's move on to the final page, which does something completely different. It keeps the Wonderworld design, but it's cool. What was once Wonderworld in beautiful, beautiful glory now turns into a destructive, chaotic hellscape. Altering the tree in the middle, removing the sword, and everything looks like they're burning, everything looks chaotic, looks evil. It just looks really, really good. You turn the pages, you get a more creepier closing book, but if you pull back the pages, you get the Hisatsu attacks. Just like OmniForce, you do the same thing. I told you, sometimes the pages are hard to open. And you can remove the book just the same as OmniForce. Great hitshots moves, great theme, great attacks. Both of them, actually. Both of these, great. This one's the better version, but both of these are great. Now, since I'm currently getting batteries for the second sword driver, because I'm out of AA batteries, I mean AAA, point is I'm out of batteries for the driver, and I don't have the Mimik and Kyomo, and the Sword of Shadows also need new batteries, and I don't have AAAs. Here are some clips from YouTubers who have those drivers. All credit belongs to them. Please go subscribe to them. Anyways, here's what these books do in those respective toys. And with that, we're done. We have completely reviewed all of these, so it's now time to give them a ranking. Remember in the beginning of the video I said, I don't think these belong to the Premium Bandai line, and we'll get to why I think so in the first place. We're at that moment. Like, these books are fun to play with, great to roleplay with, and if you have a Solomon or Stories costume cosplay you want to do, then these are, you know, perfect at just making your own. But with that being said, there was one thing that I think that does not make me think this belongs to the Premium Bandai line. And that's one thing is voices. No, I'm not joking. Now, I know I can't understand the voices in some of the Japanese toys that I own without translations, of course, but I feel like that it's a good, better product if it's in the Premium Bandai line. You want an example of what I'm talking about? 01 Driver. That review is coming soon one day if I can manage to edit down that video. On its own, I think it's a worthwhile drama that should have been released when Arc and Arc 1 were revealed. But because of the fact that there were voices in there, it made me feel like this was a way better product to own. It made the expensive prices justified. Plus, show accurate mode, which is beautiful. Now, these are already show accurate, like most of the Saber toys are, but it would be nice if we had some voices. Maybe put a button back here to tap, and you can switch from normal toy mode to voice mode. Push the button and it'll pull the book back to hear voices from Master Logos and Storius. I'm just saying, some quotes from the show would have been nice. Also, another thing. This is more of a minor issue, and it's not really that big of a deal. You could just repaint this sword if you're really talented. But if you're untalented like me, if you're a peasant, if you're a swine like me, then you feel the same thing, that Storius should have had his sword in his set. That would have at least justified the thing even more. Maybe have quotes from Storius and Solomon. I mean, it's really not that hard to repaint this thing if you're a professional. I've seen this guy do it, and god dang, that is amazing. Why have Bandai not released that? Swells almighty. That being said, those are just minor nitpicks, the sword in that is. Major nitpicks for the quotes, but overall, these books, individually, A-rank, and the set as a whole gets a B. If you don't care about quotes and stuff, then these are perfect for you to buy. Especially if you have, if you like Saber. I'm not a fan of Saber, but I do like the gimmicks, I do like the noises in the scenes. If you're someone who loves the show and loves the quotes that the actors say, especially Master Logos and Storius. Jesus, someone give this guy some water. Then you'll be wishing for some quotes and stuff. But other than that, these are good Premium Bandai items that you should buy, especially if you love your Saber WonderRide collection. Plus, these look nice on shelves in general. Both the inside of these books and the covers of both of them. Pinkish red and silver, black and gold. These covers, amazing. I can't say the same thing for the QR codes because I have no idea what they do with Kamen Dump, but it gotta be worth something if they keep putting QR codes on every single Kamen toy these days. But overall, like I said, rank B for some pretty good WonderRide books. Normally I would say go to eBay or Amazon if you want to buy them, but those prices are way too much. These things are at least worth $100, maybe even 99. So instead, I recommend you go to buye.com and this rider website that I recently discovered. I bought a Kamen Rider Wizard Ring for Galaxy Skits there, and they sent me some bonus on it, which is beautiful. But aside from that, shipping's good, price is justified, and you will get them at the same amount of value that people in Japan would get them. Same thing for Buy, even cheaper. They got a list of stores you can buy from, and what they do is you pay them for them to buy the products for you. Then those products get shipped to the warehouse, and then after you pay shipping, they will be sent to your house. Plus, they added FedEx, which means even faster delivery. Boy! I have no way it's sponsored by buy.com, but I bought this thing on eBay for like $50. It's a good price for this kind of book. And this thing, $20. Like I mentioned this at the beginning of the video. This was before shipping. And this thing was probably like $40 with shipping, but what I'm trying to say is, if you want to save your money and get these good Kamen Rider toys, go to these two websites. You will not be disappointed. That being said, I'm this guy, the Gauss Cat, and I'll see you guys next time. And I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know what other stuff you want me to review. Until next time, peace out. And let me do my normal thing, because just doing this just feels weird. Peace out, Mr. T and shout out. Please never stay catty. Live life your own way. Stay safe during trying times, and I'll see you all in our castle. Until next time, adieu, everybody. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna be reviewing next. I said I was gonna review the two-side driver, and here we are, so maybe that'll be next, but for today's end credits, I'll show you what the books look like to someone looking at you playing with the toys. That's all. Okay, bye!